Hey, estate planning attorneys, do you struggle with producing a steady flow of clients? Well, what if I could show you a way to have authentic conversations that spark real connections and naturally lead to a great number of the people you meet saying, I really need to take care of that, or, wow, you don't seem like a lawyer, how can I work with you? All without any pitching or sales pressure whatsoever. Hi, I'm Katz, founder of New Law Business Model and Personal Family Lawyer. And since 2006, I've been working with lawyers just like you, helping them make the shift from transactional law to building practices that are truly transformational using what we call relational law, and build practices that attract clients you love to work with that result in meaningful, lifelong, lucrative relationships and ultimately give you the freedom to live the life you want. Today, we're diving into a unique part of our process that will get you all the clients you need when you're just starting out or when you need a quick boost without relying on paid ads or filling presentations. It's called curiosity questions, and these are the kind of questions that guide potential clients to realize on their own just how valuable your services are and take the next step into your intake process consistently. No need for pitching or convincing, just easy, natural conversations that feel good for both of you. These questions will help you spark dozens of new client conversations by turning casual chats into genuine connections. Create a steady flow of new clients without the need for constant selling or convincing, paid ads or presentations, though eventually you'll certainly want to run those too as you scale your capacity to serve clients. Attract the clients you love working with and become the go-to family lawyer that your community trusts. Expand your impact and leadership while turning your law practice into a business that aligns with who you are and how you want to be. Stick with me until the end and I'll share how you can get your hands on our Curiosity Questions Playbook, a resource packed with everything you need to start using this approach right away, like as soon as tomorrow. And if you're ready for deeper support, I'll also tell you how to get free one-to-one time with a law business advisor on my team so we can explore how to turn your law practice into a business you love. Sound good? Let's get started. All right, before we dive into today's topic, I do just want to say how excited I am to share this with you. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that building your law practice into a business you love is not just about doing great legal work. It is about creating real connections with your community. And that's where curiosity questions come in. These are not just small talk. They're a powerful tool that helps your potential clients realize on their own how much they need your services. No pitching, no pressure, just easy, natural conversations that lead to meaningful connections. I'll show you how these questions can spark a steady flow of new clients, turning casual chats into real opportunities. This is the key to making your networking work. And the best part, you'll attract the clients you want to work with and become the go-to estate planning lawyer in your community, as long as you can deliver a really great service. This isn't just about growing your business. It's about expanding your impact, boosting your leadership, and building your practice into a business that is fully aligned with who you are. And trust me, when you start working with clients in this way, everything changes. You're going to feel more fulfilled, more connected, and yes, your practice will grow and turn into a business you love. At New Law Business Model, we provide the support, the education, the mentorship, and all the crucial systems and processes that you need to hit 6- and 7-figure milestones while loving your life as a lawyer. The strategies I'm sharing with you today are exactly what our personal family lawyer firm leaders use to create thriving practices that not only support their clients, but also give them the freedom to live the lives they want. So, if you're ready to attract clients without the hustle and build a business that feels good every step of the way, let's dive in with curiosity questions. Now, one thing I've noticed after working with so many estate planning attorneys is that a lot of them, maybe you, struggle to connect with potential clients. You end up talking more about your expertise, wills, trusts, legal processes, and less about what really matters to the person in front of you. And the result of that? Well, potential clients don't say, oh, I really need to get that handled, or wow, you don't seem like a lawyer. How can I work with you? Instead, they silently think to themselves, ugh, this guy or gal is annoying or pushy or interrogating me, just like all the other lawyers I know. How can I get away as fast as possible? Or once they come in to meet with you, they see your legal services as just another commodity, something they could shop around for at the cheapest price or maybe even do themselves online. And when that happens, you get hit with the usual objections. That's more than I wanted to pay. Maybe I'll just do it myself online. I need to think about it. Sound familiar? It's exhausting, right? Always feeling as if you're trying to convince someone to see the value in what you do. Ugh. But there is a better way. A way that our PFL firm leaders are using successfully, and it starts with building relationships through curiosity and connection. So our curiosity questions are a great place to start because they flip the script. Instead of convincing people, you're guiding them to discover on their own how much they need your help. Now imagine what that would feel like. Conversations that flow naturally without you needing to sell or push or persuade. Prospects who say, I need to get this taken care of because they see the value. A steady stream of them coming to you, not because you pitched them, but because they trust you and feel connected with you. Well, that's the power of using curiosity. Curiosity questions make the process of attracting clients feel effortless, natural, and aligned with who you are. And when you attract clients this way, well, they're not just clients, they're people that you actually enjoy working with, people in your community who have realized they need your help and they want your help. So, doesn't that make sense? All right, let's dive into some of the specifics of how you can make this approach work for you. I'm going to walk you through 3 steps to using curiosity questions effectively, and you're going to want to write these down. So, go ahead and pause and get your pen, pad of paper, and write these down. And now here's the big secret. People are far more open to conclusions that they reach on their own than anything that they're told. And this is where relational communication really changes everything. It gives you practical techniques to build stronger relationships with the people you're working with and attract the people you love working with who are happy to pay you what we call affordable premium fees and ultimately expand your leadership in your community. All right, so let's begin with step number 1, and that is to set context. So the really important thing here is that when you are out in your community and you're asking these curiosity questions, you only do so after setting context. You wouldn't just dive into a conversation with somebody on the playground or at the soccer game or at your kid's gymnastics class or even networking and say, oh, hey, have you ever done estate planning? So one of the things that we practice with our PFL firm leaders at our live in-person intensive trainings on communication is the art of creating connection. And as lawyers, a lot of us don't know how to create connection in a way that works really well for non-lawyers. I know, shocking, right? We think we're creating connection, but in fact, what we're doing is either interrogating people, yep, we know how to do that, or analyzing people, yep, we know how to do that, or trying to solve a problem without even checking in to see if it's a problem that the person has. Have you ever heard that you've done that before? As a result, it creates a lot of social awkwardness and a lot of ways in which people might feel that we're overbearing or too intense. So here's an example of how you could do it differently. You're at the playground with the other parents and you could say, hey, I'm stepping into something new with my business and I wonder if you'd mind if I talk to you about something important to me that might be important to you too. You're essentially asking their permission to have a conversation. Or maybe you say, hey, do you all mind? You're the perfect people for me to ask a few questions as I'm establishing this new law practice here in town. Or you might say, I'm getting into this new practice area in my business and I'd love to ask you some questions if you'd be open to it. Or you could say something like this. So I'm starting up this new practice because I've been doing litigation for 15 years and I'm so tired of really just being in the conflict of law and not feeling as if I'm helping people as much as I can. And I know that I can really help families at a deep level with my law degree, and that's so important to me. And I'm learning from a mentor that there are a myriad of reasons that people get stuck in court and conflict when their loved ones become incapacitated or die. So I'm wondering if you'd be willing to talk to me a little bit about your own family experience so that I can get a better understanding of the way things are done in our community. Because it's really important to me to check this out and hear about other people's experiences before I move into this practice area. All of those are examples of setting context. Now, what you might notice is that setting context can be vulnerable because the person you're asking permission to have a conversation with may say, no, I don't want to talk about your law practice. No, I don't want to help you out. No, I don't have time right now. No, I'm not interested in this conversation. But that's not actually going to happen that often. It could, but it would be rare. And if it does happen, you can just say, okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Or thank you. If that changes in the future, please let me know. You don't have to take it personally. It just means they don't have time or they're not interested in sharing their experience with you. Typically, though, when you get vulnerable with people and ask them for their help, you ask them for their input, they want to help you. They want to give you their input. They're honored that you've asked them. And if you've set context well, They know they can say no, and that creates safety. So one of the things that most lawyers need to learn is how to be more vulnerable without sacrificing power or confidence. See, it's actually quite rare that a lawyer knows how to be vulnerable, and most lawyers just don't. And maybe we became lawyers because we don't like to be vulnerable, right? Like, you went to law school to be able to solve problems, be in charge, come across as smart, and as if you know all the things, right? Yeah, me too. But in order to actually connect with people and have them want to hire you and feel connected with you, you've got to learn how to be a little more vulnerable, how to open your heart, and how to connect. And setting context does just that. So let's talk about now step 2, how to use the curiosity questions. Once you've set context, it's time to bring in your questions. These questions are designed to draw out the person you're meeting with, their thoughts and feelings and experience. And along the way, they may recognize that they need your services. So you want to use open-ended questions like, have you ever done estate planning before? If they say yes, you ask them what it was like. If they say no, you can say, why not? You ask them, what was the experience like for you? Their answers to these questions then lead to more curiosity on your part, following your true curiosity about their experience, their choices, their decisions. If they did have a family member that got stuck in court or conflict, ask more about what it was like, what did they experience, and do it from a place of real curiosity, wanting to learn about their experience. Along the way, you may share some stories about things that happened in your own family or things that you've seen with clients, or why you do things the way that you do that might be different than what they experienced. And if you do a great job, you're going to hear them say, oh yeah, I really need to get that taken care of. Or, oh, I really should have that looked at again. It's been too long. And that is when step 3 comes in. And this is critically important, because here's where you tie it all together. And this is where I see so many lawyers go off rails. When you hear those words, oh yeah, I really need to get that taken care of. Oh, I really should have that looked at again. It's been too long. Or even, wow, you don't sound like a lawyer. How can I work with you? That's when you say, I would love to help. And I have a process designed to support you to make the right decisions for yourself and the people you love. Would you like to hear about it now? Or would you prefer we schedule a 15-minute call where I can share all the details? Or you can say, I'd love to help, and I have a process designed to support you to make the right decisions for yourself and the people you love. Let's schedule a 15-minute call so I can share all the details. Or you can say, I would love to help, and I have a process designed to support you to make the right decisions for yourself and the people you love. Would you prefer to get on a 15-minute call with me about it, or come to my next educational presentation where you can learn in a group setting and get a $250 credit toward any planning we do together? Now, obviously, for this to work, you need a process for helping your almost new clients take the next step. And that process needs to be a process that helps them make a buying decision and to feel confident that hiring you is the best decision for them. I cannot tell you how many times I heard in the early days of my practice, oh yeah, I really need to get that taken care of. And I said, great, I'd love to help you. And then crickets, nothing, no follow-up. Ignoring my calls to see if they were ready, and even sometimes, and this was the worst, seeing them months later only to find out they got it taken care of, but with someone else. Ugh. Stab in the heart, right? You know what I mean. So I developed this whole process of asking the curiosity questions and then the follow-up process for what to do when I heard that someone say, I need to get that taken care of, so that I'd be the one they'd hire at the right time for them. So if you'd like to dive deeper, we've got a special resource for you called the Curiosity Questions Playbook, and it is packed with everything you need to start using these techniques right away. It's the exact process our PFL firm leaders use, and the lawyers just starting out with us who are learning our life and legacy planning process use it as well. Just go ahead and type playbook in the comments and our team will reach out to share with you directly, or you can find a link to the Curiosity Questions Playbook here in the description. Here is a critically important disclaimer. These questions work, so you need to make sure that you have an intake process to lead people through once they say to you, oh yeah, I need to get that handled. Your intake, engagement, and service systems have to be dialed in because people are going to want to work with you. We recommend that you use our life and legacy planning process for your intake and engagement. It's a heart-centered, counseling-based methodology that leads to nearly 100% of the people you meet with becoming clients at average fees between $4,500 and $6,500. And the best part is that they choose their own fee as part of the process. To learn life and legacy planning and how to help your clients choose their own premium fees, their affordable premium fees, to happily work with you, keep listening. Here's what I want you to do right now. If today's insights are resonating with you, if you're ready to attract the clients you love working with and build a practice that feels good to you every step of the way, do not wait. Now is the time to take action. And right now we're offering a limited number of no-cost strategy calls with one of our law business advisors to discuss building your estate planning practice with life and legacy planning. And during this call, we will help you clarify your vision, determine if we think that you have guaranteed success with our program, and if so, we will look at all of the different options for you to work with us. Now, to be clear, this is only for attorneys who are serious about growing their practices into businesses that they love ethically, sustainably, and in a way that aligns with the truth of who they are and that is aligned with our values. So if that's you, we would love to support you. Go ahead and type advisor in the comments and our team will reach out to help you schedule your call, or you can use the link in the description to get started with booking your call. So listen, your ideal clients are there. They're right there probably waiting for you to show up as the confident, empowered lawyer that you want to be. Let's work together to make that happen. Now, before we wrap up, I do want to say one last thing. The work you do as a lawyer matters more than you might realize. When you show up for families in your community, guiding them through the planning they need to take care of what matters most to them, you are not just creating legal documents, you're giving them peace of mind, security, and control over their future, now and for future generations. And here's the thing, families need you. They're out there, 33 million mass affluent, are waiting for someone just like you who can help them feel safe, understood, and cared for, someone they can trust. With the tools and strategies that we've talked about today, especially curiosity questions, you'll have what you need to start building those meaningful relationships and turn networking that might not be working into really effective networking that turns you into a trusted community resource. You can create a practice that not only supports your clients, but also supports you and your family, that aligns with who you are and gives you the freedom to live the life you want, and also helps your clients get what they want too. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. It just starts with small, intentional conversations that feel good for you and for the people you connect with. Thank you for showing up today for them and for yourself. Now let's get out there, make a real difference, one conversation at a time. And I hope to see you on the inside.